Sure.
What happened if he gets on the table?
What happens? Okay, who can tell what happens if one of the dogs goes to the table? What's going to happen to the dog?
Take him to the pound.
If they put the dog on the table, what's going to happen to the dog? What's going to happen? You don't. That's okay. What's going to happen? And what's going to happen when he gets a shot? What's going to happen to him?
We're probably going to run away and get a bigger shot.
Okay, if he's put on the table, when they talk about the table in the book, it means that the dog is going to be killed. That's what it means. And remember remember what happened to Goliath. Remember what happened? That's what happened. Why are they killing dogs? Why are shelters killing dogs? Who can think of why? Why?
Nobody adopted them.
Okay, and what happens to the shelters? What happens at the shelters? It's too full. You had a question.
And table, I don't really like the table because I think that book was a good book, and that book had a happy ending to it.
This book had a happy ending for Max, right? What happened to Max? What's your name?
Anastasia.
Okay. What happened to Max? At the end of the book, what happened to Max? Remember we said it was a happy ending for Max? What happened? Did Max go on the table?
No.
Well, he did, right?
Yeah.
He went on the table, but what happened?
The nice lady came and took him home with her.
So it was a happy ending for Max,
Yeah.
right? Was it a happy ending for all of the dogs?
No.
No, it wasn't. Okay. What was your question?
My question is that I didn't like the part when the Max asked the nice lady, "Can he please take him home?" And then she said she can't.
She said she couldn't, right? But what happened at the end?
And at the close to the end, Max got on the table and he got a shot. The lady came in and she said, "Come on, Max, I'm taking you home."
Okay, so he didn't get a shot though, right? Remember, he almost did, but then he didn't. Were all the dogs that lucky?
No.
No. Okay. Let me ask you. Question, guys, and raise your hand if you want to answer this question. What dog did you feel the closest to? What dog did you relate to the most? Which one was the most important dog to you?
Max.
Max, okay.
Max.
Why? Now, what's your name? Deontay? Okay, why was Max the most important one?
Because he was the story at the work, and then the lady said, "Come on, Max, I'm taking you to your new home."
Okay. David?
The German Shepherd.
The German Shepherd, what was his name? Shep, yes. Why was he the most important one to you?
Because I like German Shepherds the most, and I think he got the hurt most because he got hurt really bad by his own.
Okay, let's see what happened to Shep. Let's see what happened to Shep. Oh, Shep was the guard dog, and he didn't get fed enough. He didn't get fed enough, and they took him away. Yes?
The most dog to me that was important, I think it was the Goliath.
Goliath. Why was Goliath so important?
Because he wasn't that lucky. Because he wasn't that lucky because that dog died.
Yeah. What happened? Why do you think Goliath had to die? What happened?
He didn't get fed home. Nobody adopted him.
That's right. Nobody adopted him. And what do we say? What happens at the shelter sometimes?
Dogs get killed.
Who liked Rusty? Do you remember Rusty?
No.
You don't remember Rusty? Okay, let me read this to you again. My name is Rusty. I'm 2 years old and I'm a pit bull too. Yes, there's a lot of us guys here. A bunch of cops rushed the place where I was at. There were 15 of us out back. We were tied to fences with chains around our necks. Once in a while we would meet each other in the pit and they would force us to fight. The cops rounded us up and brought us here. I'm glad. What kind of life do you think Rusty had?
A bad life.
A bad life.
Because
What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew, okay.
He was being forced to fight other dogs and the police surrounded him. Then they took him to a shelter to be safe.
Absolutely, absolutely. David.
And him even forced to fight for money.
Yes, absolutely. What? Yes.
I didn't, because Rusty had a bad life because he had chains tied to his neck and he was tied by a fence and he had to be forced to fight other dogs.
How do you think the dogs feel when that happens?
Awful.
Do you think, now you're going to see Macy and Samara again, and they're both pit bulls, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see either one of them in a ring fighting? Can you see that happening?
Yes.
But what if they were forced to fight?
I'll feel awful if that really happened.
And it happens to a lot of dogs.
Does it happen to cats too? Yes.
I don't think so, but you know what? Sometimes cats are used. They're called bait animals, and sometimes cats are used to get the dogs to fight. Like little dogs are used. It's very sad.
Is it illegal for dogs to get in a fight?
Yes, it is. Not if a dog is, it's illegal to have a dog fight. Dogs sometimes are going to fight each other if they see each other, but it's illegal. It's illegal in every single state in this country to fight dogs for money. It's illegal to do that, okay? Have any of you ever seen a dog fight?
Yeah.
How did it make you feel?
Sad.
Okay.
Miss Emily,
Yes.
I have a question.
Sure.
When I went to my friend's house, I saw a dog chained up to a tree, and the owner was gone, and it didn't feed him.
So what happened?
The next day, I found he was gone.
The dog was gone, and you don't know what happened to him. That must have made you sad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So now tell me, those of you who have seen dog fights, can somebody tell me about it? I've never seen one. I have no idea. And I'm okay, you've seen a dog fight?
Jaja.
Okay, Jaja, what do you think? How was it? Guys? Were you there? You were there watching it? How'd you feel?
Bad.
It's a sad thing to watch. What happened? I don't know.
Like when the dogs got big, it like when the skins ripped off. Cause it was a way bigger dog. It was like a small dog.
A small dog and a big dog?
James White.
I'm sorry.
James White.
Okay. And how was it?
It was, I went to a family reunion in West Philly, and in the backyard, he was making the dogs fight. He had his friend come down. They call him Stacks or whatever. They had him come down there, and he came down with like 2 pit bulls, and her brother had one too. Like, and they went in the backyard and stuff. They had like a little cage and stuff put up, and they had put the dogs in there. But like before the dogs went in, it was already growling and stuff at each other because they knew what they was about to do.
And what happened?
And they started fighting in the cage.
And how did it end?
The boy dog died.
He died. The dog died. Okay, who else? You've seen a dog fight? Okay. What's your first name?
Destiny.
I'm sorry?
Destiny.
Destiny? Okay, Destiny, what happened when you saw it?
It was this brown and white dog. The brown one, he got his ear torn off.
Okay. How does it make you feel when you see dogs? When you see dogs, do you think they want to be fighting? Do dogs, remember we talked about this, are dogs born wanting to fight each other?
No.
Never ever. They have to be taught to do that. What is a bully? Okay, what's a bully?
A bully is a person who picks on other people.
Absolutely. A bully is a person who picks on other people. Do you think that the people organizing dog fights, do you think that they're bullies?
Yes.
Do you think that, you don't think so? Okay. Do you think that they are bullying, they're bullying the dogs? Do you think they're making the dogs do things that they don't want to do?
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
Awful.
It's awful, isn't it? It's a terrible thing to bully, to make anybody, to force anybody, or to treat anybody badly. It's never ever good to be a bully, and it's lousy when it's done to an animal that can't help itself. If you knew that there was an animal that needed a home, how could you help it?
Call the shelter.
What's his name?
Richard.
Richard? Okay, call the shelter. Excellent idea.
And after that, you could take your mom to the shelter and pick the dog you want.
Excellent idea. Okay, what else could you do to help a homeless animal? First name?
Javante.
Javante. Okay, what could you do?
Adopted.
Adopt it. Wonderful idea. Wonderful. Who else? What else can you do? David.
You could call the animal control or just take it first, take it home, clean it, feed it, and then call the animal control.
Okay, but is it a good idea to take home a dog that you don't know? Okay. You would call the animal shelter first and make sure that it's safe, right? That's what you would do. Yes. First name.
My name's Shema, and I found when I was walking to summer camp, I saw a dog on the street, and I walked it back to the house.
Wonderful. That's great. First name.
Vincent.
Vincent, go ahead.
You could go to the shelter and take it home for an hour or so.
Okay.
Clean it and bring it right back.
Okay. That's something you could do to help it. Yes. First name.
And chocolate.
Yes.
And if you see a dog running away from a home, if I saw the dog running away from his house, I will try to grab the leash, and I will bring it back to the house that he's supposed to be.
Okay, if it had a leash and if you knew the dog, but if you didn't know the dog, no, you pick up the phone and call somebody, right? Okay.
Because if you don't know the dog, you don't know that it might bite you.
Absolutely. What is the most important lesson you learned about reading the story of Max? What did you learn? What meant the most to you? What was the most important thing you learned from hearing this story? Yes.
That you should care for dogs and do what you need to do for it.
Absolutely. Wonderful. What did you learn about Max?
I learned about Max that he is a nice dog that just wanted to play.
Perfect. Okay. What did you learn? What did you learn? First name?
Javante.
Javante, what did you learn?
That people need to stop forcing dogs to fight.
Absolutely. Excellent lesson. Okay. What did you learn?
I learned that owners should never forget to feed a dog, or if they get out of control, all you gotta do is just make them calm down and stuff. Never forget to feed a dog, because if you forget to feed a dog, they might die.
Okay. Okay. Great. And David, what did you learn?
I learned that when it's about to be a bad time, sometimes it ends to be a good time.
And what a perfect way to end. Really good care of it, right? Okay. And you can read it whenever and share it with the people at home. And you can remember what happened to the dogs at the shelter. Remember what happened to Max. And when you look at a dog like Macy or Samara, you can just imagine that any one of them could have been in Max's position, or Goliath's, or Rusty's, or Danny's, or any of them. And we have to do everything we can to make sure that the dogs that we know and the dogs that we see stay safe. Okay? So I'm really happy to be able to give these to you today. I hope you enjoy them. I'll be back next week, but we'll be doing something different, okay? All right, so.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to leave the books here. The teachers will give